I hope he can join soon.
Hey.
All right, let me invite him. Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
I'm fine. Hi, everybody. I hope you guys can see him as well. Can you guys see him?
I think I've seen.
Hi. Can you see me? Can
Yeah,
you
I can
see
see you
me?
very well. I can see you very well.
You can see me, right? Oh, perfect. Now I can see you.
Yeah.
So, how are you?
I'm fine. How are you doing?
I'm fine. It's so nice to have you here. And thank you so much for your time. Okay. Lovely,
My
lovely. I
pleasure.
hope you're having a great week so far. And
Yeah, I'm
hi,
having a great, can't complain.
can't
Yeah, everything's
complain.
awesome. Yeah.
Okay, that's great. And everybody as well, thank you guys for joining. It means a lot. So today, my name is Nay, and this is Chat with Nay. I usually go live every Wednesday. I have been quiet for some time, guys, but remember to go on YouTube. I'm posting some videos, guys. Go subscribe, like, comment, share, okay? And today, I'm with my dear friend Rugaba, all the way from Uganda, and we are going to talk about career, hobbies, and life experiences here in China from his point of view. So, how about you introduce yourself and we get into our discussion?
Okay. Hello everyone, whoever is watching.
Yeah.
My name is Gava John Paul. I'm from Uganda. I'm currently studying in Genjo University, where I'm completing my undergraduate course in software engineering.
Yeah.
I'm a writer and a blogger. Meaning I write many
Okay.
articles. That's the writing part. A blogger, meaning I comment on social issues. Some I
Okay.
criticize, some I give credit where it's due. So that's the blogger part of it. I'm a leader,
Mm,
former leader now, but I have
mm,
a zeal for leadership at the Students Association here in China, the Uganda Students Association here in China.
great.
And I'm a Pan-Africanist, meaning I love
Wow.
the African vision, the African narrative. I love fellow Africans, wherever I'm coming from, Tanzania, Zimbabwe, even the Arabs.
Yeah.
I love you all. And yeah, and I'm a tech enthusiast. I love tech. I love technology
Wow.
so much. So
That's
that's me in a
great.
nutshell.
That's great. That's great. You're such a young man with a very, very big profile. And we like to see Africans, having such profile, trying to pave way and be an inspiration for others. So I want to know your journey here. You said that let's start with your software because you said you're software engineering. So how is it for you? Like, do you like it? How does it mean to you? Maybe by sharing your experiences, you can also try to encourage others. How does it mean to you?
My software engineering thing, to be
Mm.
honest, the course which I wanted to study was computer science, but then I was
Okay.
given software engineering. So yeah, but the main
Mm.
thing started from passion of technology, which
Okay.
started way back when in Uganda.
Mm.
It started from simple things like video gaming through a computer,
Oh,
and
okay.
started video gaming through a computer, not a PlayStation, a computer. So you start with a computer, then you start to know how the graphics affect the RAM, stuff like that. So when you have through that gaming, I got to know the computing specifications and requirements. So when I
Mm.
entered high school about 10 years ago,
Yeah.
and went into the subject of learning IT and computing, I really found something which I completely related to. So that
Mm.
continued a whole path till I finished high school.
Yeah.
And when this opportunity came to study in China, and I saw about China's rise in tech, the city
Mm.
of Shenzhen, Alibaba,
Yeah.
Tencent, Baidu, and how they were doing it, I was like, wow, let's go for it.
Mm.
So that's my journey. It really started
Okay.
with an idea of loving tech, an
Loving
idea
tech.
of I started basically an idea of entertainment
Mm.
mixed with tech, and then from that it became my passion and obsession, and to a career that I'm studying right now. So that's my journey. Mm.
Okay, that's good. And do you like your journey here in China as a student? Do you feel like maybe if you could have been taking this career journey here in China or anywhere else, do you think like now that you're going to graduate, right? This May, you are
Yeah,
going
yeah,
to be a graduate this May, right? Do
yes.
you feel like it has been a successful career journey for you pursuing it here in China?
Um, I'll give it 70%. Yes, 30% no.
70%. Would you
Yeah.
recommend, yeah, yeah. Would you
Um,
recommend
some
someone to, mm,
engineering,
yeah, here,
IT.
yes, in China?
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah, compared
You
to
say so.
facilities
Uh,
back home. Yeah, it's hundred
yeah.
percent. There is no but. I'll give it yes. And the reason
Mm,
why I say this is because there's one thing with tech. The difference
mm,
between tech with other parts of stuff like law, medicine, and maybe parts of engineering is that tech expires fast. What I mean is that
yeah.
tech keeps on evolving. What was the latest tomorrow, yesterday is not what's on
Oh,
ground today. And
yeah,
such
yeah.
exposure and
Science is
things are not,
science.
yeah, are not available in Africa or from the part of Africa where I
Mm,
come from. And
yeah.
such news and hands-on experiences quite available one personally on my side here in China.
Mm,
So if you want
yeah.
to broaden your field with tech, I think the first thing you need to do is first exposure, and China gives
Mm,
that. So yes, I would recommend someone to give it a shot over here in terms of software
okay.
engineering. They have the
What
chance to.
university again? What university? Maybe
Just
other people can also hear.
Danger University, Henan Province, Central
Okay.
China. Mm.
Okay, that's great. You're so funny. Central China. All right. So let's talk about still I want to still talk about your career. Now
Yeah,
that you're
yeah.
graduating, what are your plans? Are you planning to go back home? Are you planning to, are you specifically going to just keep on going using the knowledge that you got here in China back home, or just tell us your plans. I would really, like to know and learn like what are your plans?
That's a nice question. Right now, my
Yeah.
plan is to upgrade my studies here in China
Mm,
because I feel like
okay.
I haven't got the amount of education that I really wanted. I feel like I need so much. I don't know if it's high
Mm,
expectations on my end, but I feel like I need
okay.
more than I've been
Okay.
exposed to. So that's
Yeah.
why I'm going ahead right here in China. But
Yeah.
also, however far you go home is best. So I still keep an eye on the tech sector back home, and once in a
Mm,
while I through my works, I give my opinions. I try to affect how society
mm,
is viewing it. So yeah, but
okay.
meanwhile for now I'll prefer to continue here and upgrade, so that eventually when I feel satisfied with myself and my skill set, then you can go and do something over
That's
there.
great. That's great.
Mm.
I like that. I like the fact that you say like you feel like you want more, because wanting more is not a bad thing. Normally,
Mm.
people like wanting more. You should want more. Yeah, though some people might think like, you're being greedy. Go and have a
Yeah, you
family
should.
back home.
Because it all comes to the aspect of you knowing
Uh,
yourself. If you know yourself that
yeah, yeah.
um, I'm studying this, but I haven't got enough, and
Mm,
probably come from part of the world where if you cross over the seas, there's high expectations on
yeah,
you. So you have to make sure by the time you go back, it's not only your family that has that weight on you; it is your country. So you
of
have to
course.
go with a valid skill set, which I feel like right now I don't have. So that's why I'm like,
Mm,
let's first keep on the upward trend. When everything is grasped in the hands, then we can go and create change. Yeah.
okay. Um, Speaking of wanting more, I want us to come back and talk about this after we talk about your hobbies and you being as a blogger. Guys, if you have
Yeah,
any question to our dear guest, Rugaba, all the way from Uganda, we are talking about career, hobbies, and life experiences here in China. Kindly tap the screen, show some love, and also send your comments, ask him questions, ask us questions as we are discussing. If you think there's anything in particular like you want more elaboration, we are here, we are chatting, and we should all enjoy, right, and have fun. You said you are a blogger and a writer. That part
yeah, yeah.
really intrigues me. And today, the exclusive of today is telling us, what you shared with
Mm,
me,
mm.
that
Yeah,
part
yeah,
of
yeah.
the problem that happened. So tell us about
Mm.
your journey with being a blogger. When did you start and what happened? Guys, this is the exclusive part, okay? So be ready as we are going to hear from our friend, okay?
Okay, I'll start with the writing part.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
when I did start, I would say probably in high school,
Okay.
2014,
Mm.
and it just came out of I was in the literature class in my O level,
Okay.
not upper level, low level, and we're
Mm.
studying literature books such as Oliver Twist and all those English books.
Mm.
So I would go and be like, why don't I write my own novel based on
Okay.
this?
Okay.
So I think here I was aged around 16, 15, and
Mm.
I started writing my own novel, of which I think I stopped writing it the following year because we had national exams. So then I
Mm.
cut it off. Then when I finished high school,
Yeah.
um, and I was preparing to come over here in China, um,
Mm.
there was um, there was this there was this thing in me that that I discovered. How I discovered that I had a writing gift, you would say so, is when there was this
Yeah.
competition back home, and they
Mm.
were saying that we are writing a story about in
Mm.
China. You know,
Yeah.
people,
Yeah.
Ugandans who can write stories about China will win. And I remember
Mm.
during that time, my sister was in China, and I told her, just tell me what you're doing, and I'll write it for you. She was like, "How do you write 3,000 pages? Is just
Mm.
four highlighted things?" I was like, "No, I'll do it."
3,000 pages or 3,000 words?
No, 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 not 3,000 pages. 3,000 words.
Oh
Sorry, sorry, sorry,
my God!
sorry.
I was almost about to faint. Like, what? 3,000? I cannot even
No,
complete
it's
my
3,000 words.
my research.
3,000 words. So that was the
Yeah.
word limit. The word limit
Oh
was
yeah,
3,000
yeah.
words. He gave me
Mm.
just four highlighted points. And
Yeah.
I remember it took like 3 days, and I wrote it and we submitted, though she didn't
Yeah.
win.
Mm.
But the fact that I was able to do that, I was like, wait a minute, I think I can do this. I think I can do
Mm-hmm.
this. And also the fact that my dad is also an author. He also authored a novel of his own back in the days. I was
Mm.
like, maybe it's genetic. Maybe I have this gift in me and what. But as I said, I didn't mind it because I'm going to study engineering, and I thought maybe writing is just something, you
Boring,
know,
right? This is what
boring
I
and
want us
not
to
everyone
talk
will like.
later. Mm.
Yeah, and the fact that there was no writing role model that I looked upon to.
Yeah.
Everyone says, Achebe, there's Nyungu Wasogo,
You
there's
know.
other, but I don't know. I didn't relate so much to them.
Yeah.
I didn't relate so much to them. I thought that maybe those guys are in their own past, and maybe conditions right there
Mm.
during that time were favoring creative stuff like that. So I was
Yeah.
like, that's a part of my life. Probably I'll die with regret. So that's when I came to China and did my engineering course. So it started in winter holiday,
Yeah. Okay.
2019, my very first winter
Yeah.
holiday. And you're done with exams and
Mm.
you are idle. What do you do?
I
I'm
do.
I'm this type
Yeah.
of person who likes being active. I like being active. I don't like being idle. If I'm idle, maybe I should be in a party or something, but not in my bed. Yeah.
Not even
So
sleeping.
Sleeping, but sleeping, you wake up and become idle again. You know, sleeping,
Okay,
sleeping is
you
finite.
always want to do something.
Yeah, I have to
Are
be
you
doing
are you
something.
workaholic?
Active.
You're a workaholic, right? Are you workaholic? You always feel
I
like I
don't
should
know.
do something.
I want to be doing something. I just said being
Oh,
idle. Just said watching, sleeping. Anna. You know,
okay,
okay.
okay.
Though that's good. You need a day off where you're just doing just that. But normally, I want to be
Mm,
doing something. So it was winter. We're doing nothing, and
mm,
then I see the political situation back home. By the time politics back home was really really crazy, and I'm
yeah.
like, let me just write. Let me just write. Whoever likes, I don't care. So
Mm,
I set up my blog on a
mm,
platform called Winks. It's very
yeah.
nice for those that want to put up blogs and do their online shop things. You can do it there,
Mm,
winks.com. So I put on my thing there. I put on my article, which was I think it was Uganda's um,
mm,
political journey in 2019. I put it
okay.
there. Trust me, the editing was bad. I had many grammatical mistakes. Yeah, but the content was there, and I gave it
Yeah,
to
the
my dad.
content
The
is
first
good.
person I gave was my dad,
Mm,
and initially he was happy. He was like, "Oh, this is nice. This is nice. This is nice. Do this, change this, change this." I said, "No,
mm,
my dad's happy." And then afterwards, like, "No, this is not what you're supposed to be doing. You're supposed to be reading. If you get
yeah,
asked elsewhere about you, what you're going to do next semester,
yeah.
keep on reading. Do this." And obviously, when that happens, you're like, "Did I just annoy someone here?" So there was that initial stumbling block. And I remember after that, I was like, I don't care. So I sent it to my
Okay.
sisters who were encouraging
Mm,
me. They were like, "JP, this is good. Keep it up." I sent it to a few friends here. I even sent it to my
yeah.
roommate who was staying with that time. I was like, wow, you know this at this young age. I was like,
Mm,
but things that affect your society have no age. So
yeah, of
I wrote
course,
another
of
three,
course.
I wrote
And
another three
you,
articles.
mm,
And then that's when again I had those voices
mm,
from people back home who expected me to progress this high in this engineering
journey.
um, career of mine.
Yeah.
And they're like, what you're doing is good, it's nice, but you're not getting anything. You're just leaving it there, just putting articles there. You get maybe like 5 reads, 6 reads,
Mm,
and why are you wasting your time, my words? And me, I didn't mind because I wanted just to express myself.
okay.
Because naturally, I'm not a person who's good at expressing myself if I'm not writing. Writing is like the way a musician expresses himself
Oh,
with lyrics. Writing is
okay.
somewhere where I talk. That's why I prefer texting to calling. So
Yeah.
writing is where I express myself the best.
Mm,
So when those voices were like, "Don't do this engineering thing," I even started hating my career because I felt like now I'm being forced to do it. You know, rather than loving it the way I entered China, loving it.
yeah.
So there was that hiatus, that break. I was like,
Mm,
okay, just leave it. And then to please those that had questions over, like, I started another side of writing about technology, just
yeah.
to show that okay, I'm also writing about my course. I did
Okay.
one article, it was nice. I tried doing another and I felt like, nah, I don't think writing about tech is my niche. I feel like I'm
Mm,
writing maybe a report or a thesis. It's boring. I'm like, nah, screw it. Let me go back to what I really want. What I really want to write about: history, social issues affecting both men, women, children, Pan-Africanism.
yeah.
That's 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 what I really wanted. So I was
Okay.
like, okay. And I think every time that I look back at that time, I always remember
Mm,
those that were telling me that JP, just keep on doing it despite all this. Because that was the point in my life where my writing journey, no one knew me as a writer. So even
yeah.
if I would meet someone like you and a writer, would be like, "Ugh, I haven't seen
Mm,
your thing on Google."
yeah.
But the people around me who supported me, my sisters, my friends around here, some few
Yeah.
friends around here, those were my engine. And every
Of
time I would
course.
feel low, those are people would tell me,
Mhm.
man, you're good. Because they saw something like
They
you're
see
writing,
something in you.
you know, your
Yeah.
things that our fathers are thinking of, you are thinking about them, which to them was astonishing, you know.
Yeah.
So I was like,
Yeah.
okay, it gives you an ego, it gives you a confidence boost. You're like, cool.
Yeah.
So then COVID comes. COVID comes,
COVID hit.
lockdown comes, and then that
Yeah.
cycle comes. You're idle. You're doing nothing. What? Online classes. That thing of log on and sleep. You know. So,
And
huh?
then boom.
And then boom, the urge to be active comes back. I'm like, no, I have to be active. I have to write. I have to
Okay.
write. And
All
one
right.
and one thing, I think this is the only thing I thank COVID for. It gave me the
Yeah.
perfect social issue to write about. Where even
Okay.
if you didn't, where even if you were criticizing me then, you'd want to read this because the whole world is thinking about COVID. Whether it's the
Yeah.
president, whether it's the
Yeah.
doctor, everyone is about COVID. So COVID happens, COVID happens, and then everyone is frightened. Everyone
Yeah.
in China back up frightened. And I'm like, okay, I have access to information, YouTube, internet,
Mm.
and all that. Plus, China by that time was the hotspot. Everyone was blaming China. You had Trump. You had, the narrative
Mm.
was so kind of like distorted. Then I was like,
Yeah.
okay, let me. So I wrote. I wrote about how China, how no, I wrote about the experiences of COVID in my university in the first weeks, how it affected us and how it
Yeah.
affected the community among our students. And
Mm.
then up to now, I think it's my most read article. It was like 500 in
Mhm.
just 1 week. I was like, wow. Now I
So
think I'm aiming for
how, if someone, okay, now that we are getting to know
it.
you and other people are watching as well, where can they get your articles? Like, let's say I want to read all your stuff. How about, let's say you do something and put it on your profile,
Yeah.
where, uh,
My
right now,
articles.
if someone is watching right now and they want to go and read that article, where can they find it?
No, I understand. I understand. My
Yeah.
article is on my website. My website is on my
Mm.
Instagram bio. If you check down there,
Okay.
it's on my
Okay.
Instagram bio.
Cool.
Jeff
Cool.
Rugaba
Cool.
com.
All
So
right.
that's where a full catalog is. But
Mm.
there is not all my works because as I
Mm.
developed in my writing career, most of my works were given to news organizations, and I have no right to
Right
distribute
to
them on my own.
them. Yeah. Okay,
So
I
I
understand.
think the best way you can read my works is just simply typing my full name on Google. When you type
Mm.
Rugaba John Paul on Google on any browser, it will show you all my
Yeah.
works, past and present. So that's why you can
Okay.
read all my works there.
That's great. That's great. It's really inspiring and motivating. Like, even if guys you are having this hard career, you can also stick on this is your hobby, right? It's your hobby. It's something you love. And
Yeah.
I think it's very good because most people think like, oh, this is too much. Like, just because let's say you are doing an engineer course, now you feel like maybe if I start writing or if I start modeling, people will see like it's weird, but it's not weird. And I want us to talk about this, like, it's not bad to do more. Okay, let's continue. I
Mm.
want you to tell me, after you posted that article, like, what happened to you and how did it affect you, and what will you advise people who want their voices to be heard? Sometimes we want to express ourselves, but we are hesitant. I'm hesitant. I don't
True.
want to start writing like China is this. I don't want to be deported. So please share with us. Yeah, share with us. How did it affect you? What exactly happened? And what will you advise people? Yeah.
So I think that article was my big break, to be honest, because
Okay.
I wrote about an issue that was affecting the world, and everyone
Mm.
was wanting to know. So from there, I reached out to a news platform back home to
Okay.
share with them my article.
Yeah.
And they they rejected it for reasons up now I don't know. They rejected it, and I was like, cool, fine, no problem. So I kept on. So I posted it on Twitter, on Facebook, stuff like that. And then this time it was the other way around. Another news platform reached out to me, asked me to post it. I posted it, it spread, and through my work there is when I got should I say a nomination to become a student leader among the Uganda students here. So I didn't
Oh,
go through the
okay.
election route, but
Okay.
because of my and
Yeah.
how it was and how it was sharing the story of how we're going through tough times during that COVID situation and how all negativity was on China and everyone was like crying, take us back home, send a big plane here, take us back home, and
Oh,
then
yeah.
you
Yeah,
know
yeah, yeah.
that period was
Were
just
you
think
part
like
of the
crazy.
movement?
No, I wasn't
You
part
are
of the
part of the
movement.
movement. Telling people,
No,
guys,
no, no,
come,
no.
let's make a video.
No, no, no.
Let's make
I
a
didn't
video
believe in
and post.
repatriation. I didn't believe in repatriation for one reason. I thought that if we decided to repatriate, it would
Yeah.
show that the government doesn't show confidence in China.
Mm.
And China being a country that wants to project, a country that wants to project it's not
Image.
authority,
It's image,
image,
yeah.
yeah, it's image. Countries are very sensitive on its image. I don't think Uganda had the time to go on the rough skin of China at that point. So I felt like repatriation was a bit risky. And I'm happy they
Yeah.
did the other avenue, money
Mm.
to to them. And then so when that news operation came, and then there was a competition, my very first competition that I went for, where we were writing about again our China story. I just
Yeah.
edited my COVID thing and just put it there, and then I won. And I was like, wow,
Okay,
I've
that's
reached the
great.
stars.
That's great. Guys, send some likes there, okay? Tap the screen, guys. We are hearing this
So
amazing
I was like,
story.
I've won, I've
Okay?
reached the stars. But the thing with success is that once you reach the top,
Yeah.
there is a time where the initial zeal, the initial euphoria wears down. You're like, okay, what next?
Mm.
What next?
What
You're looking
next?
for the next big thing to hit. That's why a
Yeah.
musician will a good album is like, no, I want a better one.
I want a
Yeah, you
better
know,
one.
you want a better
So
one.
we want
More up,
something better. We want something
yeah,
better, right? Something,
yeah.
to
So
inspire and tell Africans. I think, okay, let me just, before we continue, I have an
mhm.
idea. I think you should write something that will inspire Africans to invest in technology. I feel like we are being left so much behind in technology, and people are not interested. People don't see the positive part of technology. So I think someone has to chip in and write about it. How about that?
um, uh, on
No,
that
you're not
specific.
interested. You want to criticize?
No, 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 no. Listen. On that specific issue,
Yeah.
I'd probably done an interview some months back where I'm talking about how Africa should do with technology. I haven't thought about writing it, but
Okay.
yeah, I'm
Maybe.
strongly for it. Yeah, I strongly
Mm.
believe in it. Though I have a feeling that Africa's thing with technology first has to start with the political and financial part first. Our
Okay.
systems are very different from the rest of the world. Once we handle those two fronts, then technology will follow smoothly. And I also believe
Mm.
that technology is the only avenue where everyone is equal.
Yeah.
And that being that, it also gives Africa a chance to develop. So to me,
Totally. I
that's
totally agree with you.
that's the part. But all right. Where have you? I'll put it in
Why?
my
You did not
checklist.
answer my question, though.
Why didn't I write?
No, I said,
Mm, mm.
I don't know if you're comfortable, but I want you to share and open up like what happened when you posted about China and everything. Was
Yeah,
it like,
I was going there.
yeah.
I was going there. I was going there. I was going
Okay,
there. I was
okay,
going
okay,
there. I was going there.
okay.
Going there. So yeah. So I was like, I want the next big thing. What's the next big thing that I want to do? And then because I'm quite active on social media, I go on my Facebook and I see this thing. US
Yeah.
China student challenge. And I'm like, prize money is $2,000. I'm like, okay, let me
Two
go
thousand
for it.
dollars.
$2,000. So
Oh, you won two
I'm
thousand
like,
dollars.
listen, relax, $2,000. $2,000. And I'm
Okay,
like,
okay, okay,
okay.
okay, okay. Uh-huh.
So I'm like, okay, should I go as writing as Uganda, or I should write as a student in China? So I'm like, I think if I'm to collaborate with Americans and it's US China, I should write as a Ugandan in China. So I put
Yeah.
Rugaba Jumbo China, not Uganda,
Mm.
China.
Mm.
So over a period of 2 months, we did papers where we are
Mm.
like, no, China should do this, China should do this, US should do this, US should do this, and we won. So I won.
Okay. Okay.
Now the thing is, because it's an American international university, they're
Mm-hmm.
writing policy that is quite against what the CCP really wants to. I just got a phone call from my teacher and I come to the office. I'm like, why? Come to the office.
No scholarship for you.
She's like, we have seen this thing. We saw our school there because you're supposed to write your school. So I put
Yeah.
also my school there. And she's like,
Mm.
we've seen this. We put a school, and we're writing
Mm-hmm.
things that are not government things. What are you doing? How can you? Who do you think you
Yeah.
are to tell us what to do? This is not official government policy. Should have consulted us before you put us there. So I was, how do I say it? I was saddened because
You're
yeah, I was
were
sad,
you traumatized
and
with the
I was
uh
traumatized, very traumatized, because here I am. I've written something about
mm,
U.S. and China relations, and my school is not happy. My school is telling me I shouldn't have done it. How can I? Who do I think I am to write
mm,
about U.S. and China? So
yeah.
and then I had to sign some form of declaration. Be like, every time I write an article that goes international about China affairs, I have to write it in line with government policy, communist things, blah blah blah
Yeah.
blah 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 blah. Sign
Or
stamp
maybe not
seal.
mention them.
So I was like,
Or
well,
not
fine, okay.
mention. Mm.
So that was the one of, I think, the darkest moments of my writing career. The fact that everyone who is reading your work
Yeah.
has a way they want you to perceive them. They
Oh yeah.
Someone reading is wants you to write for them, and when you write it for them the way they want it, they'll be so happy with you. When you write it
Yeah.
against them, they'll be angry with you. So and when you're writing about social issues, it's very hard to create a clear bond, because what is bad is bad. You're not going to sugarcoat it.
Mm. Yeah.
But well, that's what happened.
But
And okay, continue.
wow. No, I'm just saying, like, yeah, like that's it. Like, it's just sad how nowadays being real affects other people. Like speaking your thoughts and speaking, like, just sharing the side part of what you see things are going is bad. It's sad, really.
Yeah,
And
it's
I
sad,
don't
but
know.
I think one thing we need to do, especially people in the creative arts industry, is because even right now with
Yeah.
Google, you can't write something that is against Ukraine. They'll demonetize you and shut down your account.
Mm,
So I
mm.
think if someone in the creative industry, you have to be like, okay, I'm using this platform, I'm writing this. You have to first go to the rules and regulations before you talk, before you publish your
Before
content.
you,
Yeah,
now that's
before. So
what
I
you're
think it's
talking
better you
about.
start. Yeah.
Yeah. What else? What else? We wanna learn from you
So
that
okay.
now that you have yeah.
Then
First, you said something very
uh,
good. That first you need to know the regulations before you decide to post something, right? Uh-huh.
yeah. First, you need to know regulations we're posting, and who's your target audience, because not every
Yeah.
article I write
Okay.
I give to my Chinese people. Those people
Yeah,
who I
yeah,
write
yeah.
for in China. Not every, And not every article I write, I give it to my people back home. No, because I know they'll be offended. They'll be like, "Nah, you're just a Chinese puppet." So you need to
Oh
know who you're
yeah.
writing for. You get,
So who's your
yeah.
audience now that you feel like you are in this position? I know that you've felt some tension now that you're Ugandan, not studying in your country. Maybe sometimes, you can do something and say, okay, he is just a puppet, he's studying there. Like, who is your audience when you really try to go out there, do what you're doing, write, blog? Who is your audience? Yeah.
My audience is everyone. The fact,
Everyone.
everyone, everyone is my audience because
Okay.
I believe
Okay.
whatever I write,
Mm.
that's how I see it.
Everyone.
Though not everyone will
Okay,
like
that's how
it.
you see it, right?
No, not everyone will. I believe that if I write my article and I present it to
Mm.
you, I can also
Yeah.
present it to my teacher. You read it, though she may not
Mm.
like it, but you read it and like it. But
You might
it
get
is,
something out of it.
yeah, yeah.
Okay,
So
that's great. That's great.
another,
Guys, I know people joined here and left. We have abandoned our dear people here. But we see your comments. And for those who are still with us, please send your likes, okay? Tap the screen and share the live with other people as well. So that was a very good explanation, and thank you for sharing, because I think like this is something, personal, right? Is it personal? Do you think it's personal? It is personal.
it's not personal because
Yeah.
my works and everything
Yeah,
is
it's your
everywhere.
life. So it's nice I
No,
think sometimes we have to be vulnerable to inspire
yeah,
and to just share at the side of our story, because nobody will know you are the
mm,
main character of your life. So if you don't share with
yeah,
us like what you acted, if you don't share with us your movie, we are not gonna know. So now we know, and I hope that people can also learn from you, and you can also, just get something from you. And another
yeah.
thing I want us to talk about, let's talk about people who abandon, let's say now that you experience this pressure, what would you advise someone who gives up? Let's say you are doing this, you are studying abroad. This is just an example for you. You are studying abroad, you are an engineering student, the course is difficult. You also have this drive and passion for blogging and writing. And then, boom, you go through this. What would you advise such a person? Yeah, especially the one that they want to give up. Like, you know what? Maybe I should give up and focus on this.
One, I think me the way I see
Mm,
things is that the world pays you for your passion and hobby, not for your career.
mm.
Though it pays you for your career, but I think more money is done if you're doing your
Through
passion and
passion.
hobby. So why footballers
Okay.
are paid more than doctors,
Oh,
musicians are
yeah.
paid more than. I feel like
Yeah.
if you have a gift or a talent, the world is willing to
Mm,
pay you very well, very
very
well.
well.
So that to me that's enough motivation. The moment you identify yourself
Mm,
that you have this skill set that I
yeah.
have, whether
Yeah.
you've seen many people do it or you feel the only one in the room who has it, just do it, because there is someone out there who's willing to pay just for you to do it. And
Mm,
that person, and they are not one person, they're very many. So
very true.
that's I think enough. So that should be enough to tell you not to give up, to just do it, learn more about it, see how you can improve, and then go
Mm,
for it if
go
you
for
have
it.
it.
Yeah. Go for it. That's the
Mm,
end. Go
yeah,
for it. Don't sleep on your passion and hobbies, guys. Go for it. And I also want to talk about this before we continue. Let's break this stereotype. Like, you cannot be an engineer and also, like, have your hobbies. We have this African mentality. I really just hope that the young people, us and everybody who's gonna watch this, to be encouraged, like, go out there and fight for your hobby. Don't let your hobby die just because your parents want you to be a doctor. you know don't let your hobby die just
yeah,
because you, maybe at the beginning of your journey, you did not get enough advice, and then boom, you went to study this hard engineering course. So now you are forced to continue with this journey, and also you want to pursue your hobbies. So I think you can just find a balance, try to find a balance and advice to focus on both if you think like they don't work together. But as you said, hobbies pay more than career. But guys, we're not demotivating you to
Yeah.
study. Okay,
Yeah. But
so okay, we can continue.
okay. The way I want to see it
Mm,
with probably the African setting is that our parents, if I'm look at people who are 30 years older than we are, they grew up in
yeah,
a time where to be successful in life, you must pass through the basic educational system,
yeah,
and there's a job waiting for you. You know,
mm,
this is an era after colonialism. There are jobs, and a white collar job is a status symbol. I'm talking
yeah,
about things like the 70s and early 80s. So they were trained with this mindset. If you do very well, you get a scholarship to the UK. By the time when UK will evolve,
yeah,
then go to France, then go to this, and then these schools. So to them, education was the only key to success
mm,
because that's how institutionalized the system was back then, and you don't blame them. And
yeah,
the advantage they had back then, job competition there was just on two things: you have good books, or you're related to the political establishment. So there wasn't so much how do I say it, flexing or conditional
mm,
unemployment, because even someone will tell you that I left my job to go and join a revolution, and then after don't leave jobs and
yeah,
join revolutions. Right now you can't leave a job and join a revolution because you're like, well, will I have money to eat? So they had that
yeah.
freedom where and you don't blame them. But right
You
now
can't
you
blame
have,
them for sure.
yeah, you can't blame them. Right now you have a millennial generation that is exposed to all this, the white collar jobs that they're doing because everyone is going to school. There was a time in my classroom we had like 90 something students. All those ones are going to graduate. They're going to the same jobs. So what will make you stand out?
Yeah,
You have to
what
ask
will make
yourself,
you
what will
stand
make you
out?
stand out? What will make you
It's
different?
very
Is it going
true.
to be the high grade? Everyone, okay, let's say the high grades.
Mm,
It's either 1% have the high grades or all of you have the high grades, or there'll be the middle. What of the middle? The B students or the C?
mm,
Where will I put them? These are the people who feel frustrated and let out and do other things, the other side of life, the crime and all that thing. But
yeah,
if we are like, okay, he was a good musician playing in the choir,
yeah,
you could join a band, you could start from there. But you
yeah. You
have
can never
the
go
mind.
hungry. You can never go hungry with
No,
a
no,
skill,
no.
hobby.
Don't do
So yeah, I think this is very good, and yeah, the discussion was very good, and I hope that it will touch someone out there to just fight for their hobbies and what they are passionate about without minding how the world operates. Just do something that is very genuine and you love. And find a skill. Nowadays, if you go to jobs, like everybody has, okay, fine, you present your certificate. Okay, what extra thing do you have there? What
Yeah.
skills do you have?
Yeah.
People check that a lot nowadays. And it's so good. And thank you so much. So I have one additional question for you.
Mm.
If you are to choose between talent and discipline, what will you choose? You only have one chance. Like, let's say right now, you are to be reincarnated in this world, and then God is telling you,
Mm.
go back to the world, but you have to choose one thing: discipline or talent. What would you choose, and why?
That's nice. I'll choose discipline. Because if you don't have self-discipline, you don't have what, you're easily swayed by society. And
Mm,
in this era, I think there's more negative persuasion than positive persuasion. So there's
okay.
a high chance you go to the side of life and probably your life will get wasted. But if you're disciplined enough, you know how to run things, you have
Mm,
your life principles, you're oriented. Even it will help you when you have your talent, you have your gift, because you can be talented, but things may not really work out the way you are because of your loads, discipline, and
discipline.
what. And I
Yeah.
think with
Mm.
with your discipline, it will encourage people to work with you, to encourage,
Yeah.
to breed more, So
Yeah,
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 I'll
yeah.
choose discipline in that
Okay,
area.
okay, that's great. That's great. I think it's almost time, and we have been talking for almost 1 hour. This is so great. And if you have anything additional that you would like us to know, or you like to tell people, uh, yeah, anything else that you would like to share,
Uh,
any
okay, first,
advice, anything. Okay, there you go.
uh, I think I'll share only three things. First, I'm a Pan Africanist. I really
Okay,
say it with a lot.
okay, all right.
And Pan Africanism is something that I would want to be, in case I'm to leave Earth right now, I'd want to be remembered
Mm,
as a person who gave people of my origin, my country, my region, my continent, a sense of pride, a sense of belonging. Because I
mm,
believe we Africans, we are as good as other races of the world, but just that we are not shown how good we are.
yeah.
And I want to show the generation which I belong to, even the
Mm,
undercover too, that no, Africans, we did this. Africans, we are good. We are
good.
not
Yeah.
dark. Instead, don't see black as bad, see black as power. You know,
Yeah. Yeah.
that's something I'm really passionate about. And don't see yourself as a Ugandan and don't relate to the Tanzanian. No. See yourself as a
Mm,
Ugandan and relate to Tanzanian is in bondage in one. These borders were
yeah.
created by the whites, not we the
Okay.
Africans.
Okay.
So that's something I'm really passionate about. Probably a cause for which I think I'll live my life mostly advocating for.
Okay.
Uh, so then the second one
That's
is
great. Very passionate.
the third one is
That's great.
passion before profit. Most people I've seen in the creative world want to go there for the money. Someone starts a YouTube channel. He's like, nah, I think he has seen all these things. He wants to get 1K followers, and he
Mm,
wants to get the money quick. And someone wants to
mm,
start a blog because there was a time when my blog only had 6 reads, and I got
mm.
very, very frustrated, and I felt like, what am
There's
I
something
doing? I
wrong.
should monetize. I should put Google ads.
You
Up now,
know
I have to
what?
put ads on.
You know what? I am going to
Yeah,
post a video on YouTube concerning like how to deal with disappointments. And I said something that you just said there. Like, I think maybe you can relate. So you can go and
yeah,
watch.
true,
Yeah. Okay.
true. You know, you should choose your passion. If you're passionate about something, it
Mm,
means that you love what you're doing. And when you
yeah.
love what you're doing, if you see like, okay, maybe I'm writing something and it's not
Mm,
coming out well, but because I love it, I work to improve it. And
yeah.
and because of that passion, it will push you, to push you, to push you, to push you. Eventually, money comes. Money should not be the
Yeah.
first priority when you're doing creative art. It should be a
Mm,
motivation to keep you better in your perfection, not your motivation
yeah.
to reach your perfection. So,
Mm,
and that's the mistake we do. And people get really frustrated. Someone is really talented, but because they don't see the money coming in fast as they really
fast. Yeah. They
anticipated,
give up.
they
They give
fail.
up.
But had they been consistent and patient, not hardworking but smart,
Yeah.
then the man would have come in eventually. It does come eventually. I got my first
It
dollar
does.
on my
I
first
totally agree with you. It does. It does.
18 months after I
Uh,
started writing, which everyone will
mm.
feel like, why do you have to wait 18 months? But if that's the story. You have to put passion about profit. The money will come always.
Passion about
Then
profit. Uh-huh.
the last one.
Yeah. The
The
last
last
one.
is that's one which I think is unique to me.
Okay.
Love your doubters, love your critics. They are the best people in the
So
world.
love your haters.
I won't say haters because I really
Oh
never
yeah, yeah.
understood the issue
Critics.
of
Okay, okay,
like,
okay. Love
oh,
your
someone, okay,
critics.
yeah,
I
yeah.
like that.
I love critics, but a lot of people read my articles and say that it's not good. Because those are the people who make me wake up next morning. Not everyone who shower with all praise and you sleep
Yeah.
happy.
I don't even,
You
but
know,
sometimes, ish. Okay, like
Yeah, you
it's
love them. You should
the
love
skin
them.
has to be tough.
No, no, no. You should love them. Whether they're being honest or they're being fake, love them.
Yeah, I totally agree with you.
So
I
yeah.
remember the first day I went live. Oh my God. I had to cry the whole night. It was first of all, why are you shouting? It's like, oh my God, that's my voice. It's like the critics. Why are you in a room? There's no light. Like I did not sleep that night. And it's, you know what? It's okay. I want to come back and look and see where I came from. And I will be proud that I kept on the work and never give up. So I totally
So true.
understand. That's great.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing. Thank you so much, Rugaba. It was really, really nice and lovely to have you over. I hope we can always, go live and talk about anything else, not necessarily like, so official with a poster. We can just come, choose a topic and talk about it and hope that,
Yeah.
just to share and
Mm.
learn with an engagement,
Okay.
audience. Today we just abandoned. We are all on our own selves today.
Mm.
So yeah, that's all, and have a good night.
Have a good night. Take care. See you.
Okay.
Bye.
All right. Okay,
Yeah.
bye.
Bye.